my way back to you, until you make amends with the demons you've been through. And I can't regret leaving you alone.
So I'm priming my lids using my Lorac Behind the Scenes eyeshadow primer. I'm applying this all over my lid up into the brow bone, and I'm using Max Blanc type on a Sigma E40 brush and setting that eyeshadow primer. Now I'm taking a MAC 239 and packing on Blanc type heavier right underneath the arch of my brow. KYLIE's brows are very arched, so I'm trying to make mine look as similar to hers as possible. Now I'm taking Shroom, which is a similar color, but it has a little bit of shimmer in it, and I'm just applying this right directly under the arch of my brow. And now I'm taking Soft Brown on a MAC 217 brush just into my crease. This is going to be sort of a transition shade. It doesn't have to be perfect by any means, but it does help to get it as smooth as possible. Now I'm taking Swiss Chocolate and applying that pretty much to the same area, but a little bit lower than Soft Brown, so you get a nice gradient effect. Take your time with the blending part. It takes a lot longer than it looks in my edited video. Now I'm taking Handwritten, same brush, and I'm just applying this onto the blank lid space, and I'm going to use that brush to sort of blend it into Swiss Chocolate and then into Soft Brown, so once again you get that nice gradient. Her eyeshadow looks are so simple. I mean, this is just like probably the easiest look I've ever done on my channel, to be totally honest. Now I'm taking this Anastasia cream color in Jet and applying this just to my lash line. This is a really nice gel or cream liner, and it's really easy to work with. And now I'm taking my Makeup Forever Aqua Eyes brown pencil and tight lining and lining my waterline with this just for some subtle definition. And I'm taking my Lily Lashes pre-stacked 3D mink lashes in Mykonos for that KYLIE spiky lash drama. I'm obsessed with these lashes. Look at how fluffy they are. Gorgeous. For foundation, I'm using my MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NC40, and I'm using this Luxie stippling foundation brush from my 12-piece brush set, which I'll link down below for you guys, to stipple this all over my face. It gives me a nice, pretty full coverage, yet it presses it into my skin so I don't look caked up. This is pretty important, especially because with like a Kylie Jenner tutorial, there are a lot of layers when it comes to skin, so you want it to be as natural as possible. Now I'm taking my Makeup Geek foundation stippling brush. You guys know I love this. I will link it down below, and I'm just applying a little bit more foundation where I need it and in those smaller areas that the big brush can't get. Now for the contouring, I'm taking a little bit of this Revlon Color Stay foundation in Mocha and mixing it with the same foundation I used on my face, and just using a typical flat foundation brush to apply the darker shade in my contouring areas, under my lips, under my cheekbones, along my jawline, down the sides of my nose, and on my temples. I've been using this technique a lot lately. It gives you a nice sort of diffused contour, but the color it matches perfectly with the foundation shade that you choose. So it's really nice. It makes it look the most natural, and it blends out so nicely. It's a lot easier than using like a straight cream, and powders can sometimes go on a little bit patchy, especially if you don't work in really nice like natural daylight. So that is what I'm doing here, and I'm just using the brush to sort of blend everything together. It doesn't need to be completely perfect, but I want to get it as nice as possible with this brush before I go in with another sort of blending brush and buff everything out. And as you can see, I don't like a really harsh cheekbone contour, so I do pull that color down onto my jawline. This works really well for me for my face shape because I do have a sort of, well, I have like a pointy chin but a square jaw, and I like to camouflage that a little bit. So that is one way that you can do that. Now I'm taking this Mia Bella, what is it, an angled kabuki brush, and just smoothing out some of the areas that need a little bit of smoothing. And I'm taking my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW20 for my highlight. KYLIE generally has like a cooler toned highlight, and her skin is really warm or yellow, and I really like that look, so I used an NW shade instead. Now I'm taking a little setting spray and my beauty blender and blending out that concealer. And now you'll see everything kind of start to pull together. It looks a little bit patchy as you move along. Now I'm taking my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I'm just using the same beauty blender and applying it in a pretty heavy layer. We are going to bake our concealer so it sets really, really nicely, and this powder brightens your under eye area like no other. It has almost a hint of shimmer to it, but you're not going to look like a disco ball. It's nothing crazy. It's gorgeous. I love it. My friend Stephanie at Babs Beauty recommended it to me, and there's no turning back now. And I'm just using a Sigma, I believe it's an F35, to apply this to my forehead in a little bit of a lighter layer than I did under my eyes. And I look crazy. And for my contour, I'm using my Anastasia Contour Kit shade in Havana. I really like this one for a KYLIE look because she tends to favor a warmer, sort of bronzy complexion with a warmer contour. She doesn't go heavy on the contouring. She doesn't need it. Her face has really nice natural contours, so I want to keep my look pretty soft and diffused and almost use this like a bronzer rather than a contouring powder. And my kids are deciding to join the party. Now I'm just using that same brush and flicking off the rest of that powder. We are done baking. Now it's time to look more normal, huh? Now I'm using my MAC blush in Style. This is a nice kind of shimmery orange shade. It gives you a nice warm glowy cheek. It's really beautiful for summer or when you're doing any sort of bronzy look. And now I'm using Swiss Chocolate on a pencil brush and just sweeping this and blowing out my lower lash line, sweeping this under my lower lash line and blowing it out. I just totally butchered that sentence, but you catch my drift. Making sure to connect it to the eyeshadow on top. And now I'm using an E36 by Sigma with a little bit of soft brown to blow out that line even further. Now I'm using my new Stila mascara. This is the huge mascara. I'll link it down below. I can't remember. It's brand new, but amazing. For my lips, I'm using this Gerard Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Aphrodite mixed with a little bit of Soul from Color Drain. I was trying to mix up some sort of concoction that was similar to the lipstick that she was wearing in her picture, but I forgot how tan I was and it looked a little bit too light on me after I put my Sunless Tanner on. So I didn't have anything completely perfect, so we just worked with what we had, and it was a little bit too cool, so I just added a little bit more of the warmer Aphrodite shade in the center. Now I'm using Jaclyn Hill's collaboration with Becca ColourPop to highlight my inner corners, down the center of my nose, and a teeny tiny bit on the tops of my cheekbones. KYLIE doesn't do a ton of highlighter on her face. I just wanted a little bit because, you know, this highlighter's bomb, man. And that is the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want more KYLIE tutorials, leave any requests down below or tweet me pictures or tag me in them if you see them on Instagram. I would love to recreate more for you. I've been obsessed with her makeup lately. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Love you. Is going to be kind of a cool one. I have a sort of, what am I going to call this? It's sort of like a review slash haul of Style's new fall collection. I've had this package for a while, but it was just kind of